Hey everyone. Hey everyone, so this is my team for Matchday 5, but I am going to use the Limitless chip. Dumfries looks like he's going to be out for Matchday 5. Rashford, there's a little bit of a doubt that he will be fit for Chelsea. On this side, didn't feel with much confidence. Bayern Munich versus Arsenal facing each other, and then I've got Timber, Marino, Elise, Kane in that match. Then I've got Barcelona versus Chelsea, and I've got Sanchez, Rashford, Yamal and Kunde in that match. So I wasn't feeling confident about my side, so I do think I'm going to activate the Limitless chip in Matchday 5. So you can make unlimited free transfers for one matchday, unlimited budget. Your original squad returns after the next matchday, so Matchday 6. I'll get my old squad back, what you've just seen on the last page. Quickly go over some players that could miss the next match if they pick up a yellow card this match. So on the Tuesday, there's all the players. There's players like Yamal and Lopez. I've got Yamal in my side, so if he picks up a yellow card Matchday 5, when I get my side back for Matchday 6, he could be suspended. Lopez is the same. I've just highlighted them too because I think a few managers have bought Lopez into the side and he could be suspended. Then on the Wednesday, we've got Rice, Nuno Mendes. Hey mate, talking about Nuno Mendes as well. I've got him in. A lot of managers are buying Nuno Mendes in. If he picks up another yellow card, he'll also be suspended. Van der Ven at Tottenham. If he picks up a yellow card, he could be suspended for the next game. Then we've got some injuries. I've got Osimhen in green, but he's not in the squad, so I put that one in the red. Sul, Bensabiani, PYAiuT. For Dortmund, Fofana and Palmer I've put as doubtful. Palmer trained yesterday. He's still got a bit of a toe injury. I would be surprised if he is in the squad, but who knows? It's a big match, isn't it, against Barcelona? If he's trained and he's been running around on his foot, maybe they just take a risk and play him against Barcelona tonight. For Barcelona, Gavi, Pedri and Ter Stegen are out. Balde's a bit of a doubt. Newcastle, Trippier, Wissa are out. Gordon's a bit of a doubt. Inaki Williams for Atletico Club. Then for Napoli, Merit's injured, obviously. De Bruyne, Lukaku have been injured for a while. Spinazzola's a bit of a doubt. Arsenal, Gabriel's an injury doubt. Well, he's out. Havertz. Then there's Gokres and Odegaard. For Atletico Madrid, there's Oblak, Diaz, Musiala, and Gnabry for Bayern Munich. Hello, Elmer. How are you doing? How are you both doing? Let me know in the comment section. What's your deadline decisions before? Have you got any? Are you not too sure about what you're going to do? Or are you locked in? Inter Milan, Dumfries, Darmian, Mkhitaryan out. For Liverpool, Frimpong and Bradley. Sorry, I've put the spelling mistake wrong there. Doubtful Verts. For PSG, Dewey Hakimi, doubtful Dembele. Real Madrid, Courtois, Huijsen, Militao, Rudiger, Alaba, Carvajal, Mastantuono. All haven't travelled with Real Madrid, so it's going to be interesting. I did have Quartararo on my Limitless side last night, and then he's not travelled, so he's been taken out. And with Real Madrid's missing Huijsen, Rudiger, Militao, Alaba, Carvajal, I didn't feel that confident about going for the Real Madrid defender with them, just because it might be a bit... they might concede with that, because it'll be Lunin's first game of the season. Not too sure how they'll get on. So Tuesday's fixtures, I've put the best clean sheet odds, best goal percentages. Napoli, Man City, Galatasaray seem to be the best three. Dortmund just behind them, Juventus. I'll probably be targeting players from Newcastle, Benfica, Juventus, Dortmund, Galatasaray, City, Napoli. If you're looking for somebody to play on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday, Liverpool, Copenhagen, PSG, Real Madrid, Monaco, Sporting. Probably targeting players from them. Wouldn't be targeting players from Bayern Munich this game week. I'd wait until next game week, well, match day, to buy Bayern Munich players. And these are the fixtures for match day 5, 6, 7, and 8. Juventus, best fixtures for the whole run from now on. Bordeaux, Paphos, Benfica, Monaco. So if you haven't got any Juventus players, yeah, I'll show you my draft in a second. I've changed it. So you haven't got any Juventus players, I would look to potentially buy a Juventus player if it's this match day or the next match day, because Paphos at home seems a good one. If you're going to be using a Limitless chip in match day 7, even better for a Juventus player. Juventus. If I wasn't using my Limitless chip in match day 5, I think Limitless chip match day 7 would be it. But I looked at my side for match day 7 and 2-3 transfers, and I think I'll have a pretty good side for match day 7. So I didn't feel like saving it was the right thing for my squad, because as I showed, there's quite a few problems in my squad. And here are the clean sheet odds for the next 4 match days. As always, if you see any of the content in here and you want to keep it, screenshot the video, keep hold of it for the next match days when you might need it. But Arsenal got the best chances of keeping clean sheets. Not too sure how that's going to drop from now till match day 6, match day 7 if Gabriel's out for a few months. Maybe the clean sheet odds drop a little bit. In match day 8, they've got a really good chance of getting a clean sheet, but Arsenal could have qualified by that point. Maybe they rotate because it's a bit congested with fixtures. It'll be around January time where they have that fixture, and after the busy Christmas period, they might want to rest everybody. So do be aware of that. But Napoli, Liverpool, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, City, Barcelona have got some good chances of keeping clean sheet. Obviously, Chelsea and Barcelona play each other. Bayern Munich, Arsenal play each other this match day. Then the goals, Man City, Barcelona, Liverpool are expected to get the most goals. Then it's Arsenal and Bayern Munich, but they both play each other. Real Madrid, Chelsea just below, and then PSG. So this is my Limitless draft at the moment. Savic in goal, Alisson on the bench. I did have Courtois as my second for the Wednesday's fixture. I'm hoping I don't have to use my Liverpool players, if I'm being honest, because I've not been super impressed with them. But at home against PSV on a Limitless, when I couldn't afford anybody that I want, not buying Salah just feels a bit silly, just because the players that you're probably going to buy, Yamal, not too sure, convinced on him. Even Vinicius Jr. that I've got on my side, I'm not 100% convinced on him. There's been a report that Vinicius Jr. is not interested in signing a new deal while he keeps getting rested and dropped out the side. He doesn't keep playing all the time. And then there's been a report that Real Madrid are going to back Xavi Alonso. If he wants to drop players, he wants to drop players. And that just gives me a feeling that Vinicius might get dropped in match day 5. That's why I'm a little bit worried about Vinicius, and I might not actually pick him. I might go for somebody else. So Vinicius Jr. is somebody that I might sell. And Reinson, I'm not too sure which Dortmund defender to buy. Reinson, Svensson, or Emre Can. I do like Emre Can because he took a penalty last game for Dortmund, so he could be on the penalties with Benson Biani injured. But I'm just worried about maybe Benson Biani just actually starting. I know a lot of predicted lineups are saying that Benson Biani will just be rested, but still got that little bit of a worry that it's Champions League, maybe Benson Biani starts. So that's why I was thinking maybe Svensson or Reinson. Yeah, I do think the thing with the City player that I've got in Gvardiol is if he's benched, he's benched. It's a Tuesday's fixture. I've got Kvaratskhelia, Vinicius Jr. and Mendes that I can bring in on the Wednesday. it's one of them where I take if it wasn't Gvardiol, it'd be O'Reilly, and I'm a little bit worried that Aït-Nouri will play left back for Man City as well. So Gvardiol's that one that's always been playing, so he could be rested this one, but maybe, yeah, I am a little bit worried about Gvardiol, but if I don't buy him, it'd be O'Reilly. And when I'm on a limitless, I'd rather go for the more expensive one, hope that he plays. If he doesn't play on the Tuesday, he is benched, I can just bring Mendes into my side and drop him. I do think, because I've got, let me go on to this slide. So I've got 3 players on my bench that play obviously on the Wednesday. Then I've got Mbappe, Salah and Van Dijk at the moment. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outfield players playing on the Tuesday. I'm hoping that 3 of them don't do that well. Well, not hoping, but I'd rather use my bench when you've got players like Kvaratskhelia, Vinicius Junior and Mendes. And if Gvardiol is benched, at least I've got them 3 players to come in for him. And ideally, I'd rather not use any of my bench and all of my players in my starting 11 do really well. I don't have to use my bench, but that's why I've got a bench, and that's why you really want to use a limitless chip where you've got a good squad. So, yeah. Oh, you're worrying me with Foden as well. Yeah, Foden could be dropped. You are right with that one. If Gvardiol and Foden are dropped, then I think I'll just use my bench. I think I'm gonna keep it as is, because I wasn't that convinced with midfielders. If Foden is benched, it's either going to somebody like Barcola. You could go and try and get some goals against Tottenham and double up on the PSG. And in defence, I'm not too sure. Let's go over to. Oh, sorry about that. Where are we up to? So this is a quick wildcard side that I just quickly drew. If you're using your wildcard, this is around the side that I'd pick. You set up for the next couple of match days, not just this one. Barcelona's fixtures are really good after this one. Yamal could get a goal or an assist in any game. Even as a Chelsea fan, I do fear him tonight. Juventus' fixtures are really good, so I've gone with Kalulu. Gvardiol, just the security of Man City defenders. I think he's the most assured out of the whole bunch, unless it's Ruben Diaz. But I just think I'd favour Gvardiol. Very cheap defender in Napoli's. Yildiz, just for the same reason. I did look at getting Harry Kane, but he's away against Arsenal this match day. And when you get Harry Kane in as well as instead of Guirassy, you have to trim your squad so much that I was a little bit not convinced with that one. So then tonight's fixtures, and these are the captains that I'd probably pick if I was going for it. So I think I'm going to go Haaland captain. I was going to go Osimhen, but he's not playing, so I think I'm just going to go Haaland just because he's at home. Haaland's just a beast. If it wasn't him, it would be Villarreal. Going for Guirassy at Villarreal, but because I've not even had him in my side and I'm only just bringing him in my side, I'm not too sure if I want to go with Guirassy. I think I'd rather favour Haaland. Do you think Vinicius risk? I do think Vinicius is a risk. That's what I've been a little bit worried about. So yeah, Haaland, Guirassy, McTominay would be my choices. If you haven't got any of them, let me know in the comments and I'll think of another idea. I need 2 more defenders there: Van Dijk, Gvardiol, Mendes. Are you on a limitless, Sam? Let me know if you're on a limitless and I'll try and help you out. So instead of Reinson, I was thinking maybe Ken or Svensson. thing I like about Ryanson is he's got 5 assists so far this season, and he's been getting the most after Benson Biani for ball recoveries as well. So he could keep getting a few bonus points from him. With Emery Can, it is a good one for this one. I'm just a little bit worried about Benson Biani. I do think he will start and he could be on penalties. But if they don't get a penalty, I think I'd rather have Ryanson. And then there's Svensson that's got 2 goals this season. He's a little bit cheaper. He's more attacking, I think. Well, more likely to get a goal, but I think Ryanson's more likely to get an assist. And with Ryanson, you get ball recoveries. So it was favouring me into Ryanson, as well as I've got a Limitless. So why don't I just go for the more expensive? Because I think a lot of managers won't get him because he's more expensive, if you know what I mean. If you've not got a Limitless, you probably go for the cheaper option. So that's why I'm making me go with him. And then Vinicius, Sane or Bellingham. I was looking at Sane, now I've took out Osimhen out my side because he's not starting. I was thinking maybe just going for it with Sane because I'm a little bit worried about Vinicius. Bellingham's got, I think it's 3 goals and 2 assists, I think, or something like that in the last 4 or 5 games. So Bellingham's getting some good form at the moment. So Bellingham could be an option instead of Vinicius because I think Bellingham plays the full 90 minutes. I think with Vinicius, if he does start, he might come off. And with all this stuff, what's happening with Xavi Alonso and them backing the Xavi Alonso to pick whoever he wants and drop whoever he wants, it just feels like there's something going on with Vinicius Jr. that I wouldn't be surprised if he gets put on the bench again. And Vinicius Jr., I mean, Alonso kind of says I'm the boss kind of way of thinking instead of just bowing down and just starting him, even if he's telling the owner that he's not going to sign a new deal because he keeps getting put on the bench. So it's making me think Bellingham or Sane, and then there's Guirassy or Icardi. If I don't go for Sane, then I could go for Galatasaray and go with Icardi. I think I will go with Guirassy though. I just think with Icardi, I had Yilmaz for Galatasaray the last few match days, and it hasn't impressed me. I'm just worried. So I don't think I'll go with Icardi. I think I'll go with Guirassy. And then Vinicius, Sane or Bellingham. Let me know in the comment section what you'd do. I'm going to do a quick poll. Start a poll. Vinicius, Sane. I'm going to lock in my team at 1:30. So 15 minutes I'm going to lock in my side because last time it got very late and I completely forgot. And I was rushing about and I remembered that it was a bit of a delay on the live stream and I don't want you not to see my side. So I'm going to lock it in early and then I'm going to answer all your questions. So I've got 15 minutes to kind of decide. While that poll's going on, I'll just quickly show you Wednesdays. So we've got Karat, that's the early fixture, Copenhagen, Paphos, Monaco. Nothing really that I don't think any managers will have players from. Maybe a Monaco player. So the Wednesday captaincy, I've gone with Mbappe first. But if you feel a little bit spicy, you run a Limitless. Salah could be the one. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that one. I'm going to see tomorrow what the predicted lineups are, like from journalists that really track Liverpool. See if we get an insight that Salah's going to start. If Salah's going to start, then I might go with Salah as captain. It depends how Haaland gets on tonight. If Haaland gets 2 goals tonight, then I probably won't even change my captain. thing that I like about Sani is on this poll is it's a limitless chip and no one will have him. And why not just go in a bit differential? And then the news, Galatasaray, no Osimhen in the squad. Right, I'm going to go over to my side and have a play around with it in front of you guys. So hopefully you can see my screen. So I've got Bellingham actually in my side on this one. I've not changed it. I was playing around with Bellingham, Vinicius for a while. So it's him or Icardi. Starting. The thing that's good with Icardi, you know he's starting. Home against Union SG. Not having any Galatasaray players for that fixture on a Limitless feels like missing out. Well, not missing out, but not going a bit differential. So I think Sani keeps coming into my thoughts. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists so far this season. And then with Reinson, I don't know if you can see this on the screen. So with Reinson, Reinson's got 21 ball recoveries. He's the second most for defenders for Dortmund. Svensson's got 15, so he's got 6 more than him. And he didn't start one of the games. And then there's Emre Can that's only got 2, but he's not started. So I think Emre Can could get the ball recoveries. I just feel like with Reinson, he could get the ball recoveries and he could potentially get an attacker in turn. I don't feel like Dortmund will get another penalty, will they? I could be wrong. Hey, mate. FPL Hippie, what's your side this week? What's your transfers you've done? You're mal over fun. FPL Elmer, I'm a Chelsea fan. That hurts me. I don't mind it. I don't mind it because you know with your Mal, he's going to start, isn't he? He's going to play the full 90 minutes. You haven't got that risk with him. With your Mal. I just as a Chelsea fan, I can't do it to myself. I can't. I've got him in my. I've already got him in my current side as well. So using a limitless chip and then buying him back, I'm not too sure on it. Saying that, I've got McTominay in my current side, and Milenkovic-Savic and Haaland. So why can't I just get Yamal as well? I think I'm going to go with Foden. If he's benched and he doesn't play, I'll stick him on my bench and I'll play Kvaratskhelia, Van Dijk, Mendes, etc. on the Wednesday. So let me have a look at the poll. Where are we up to on this? So more people are saying Sane. I was expecting everybody to tell me just get a Real Madrid player. So that's a surprise to me. I thought everybody would say. Okay, you've locked me into Sane. Because I'm not getting Icardi up front and getting Garassi. I'm going to go with Sane. I'm going to do one last poll with the defenders. I have Dumfries, Gabriel, Trippier. Should I take a minus just to bench or just bench Gabriel? Have you made all your over transfers, FPL dude, already? Obviously you would have, or you wouldn't be minusing 4 or 8. It depends how confident you are with your side. I don't like making many minusing because you have to get your players have to basically get 4 and then more. I know they're not going to play UEFA Champions League. The 11 could do well, and then you might not actually use your bench, whoever you bring in. What does your side look like for next match day, FPL dude? Does it look like you need to get rid of the thing with Dumfries is you probably want to sell him next match day, and with Gabriel probably injured for next match day, so minusing 4 might not be the worst because at least you're getting a player that could play in 2 game weeks instead of these players that might not play in both of them because you might want to sell Dumfries next match day. I've put on just any suggestions over forwards. Icardi, Sam, have you taken a punt? I think Icardi this match day could be really good with Osimhen. So my side feels like it's locked in. Oh, I got distracted. 1 second. Let me just start this poll on Ryanson. 5 more minutes and I'll lock in my side. Just quickly go back over to my this and show you some things. So this is my side currently. So I felt like it was a Limitless was worthwhile. Dumfries out. Wasn't convinced on having so many players from Barcelona, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Bayern Munich for this match day. I bought them all with the plan to use Limitless, so I'm going to use it. Few players that could potentially get suspended, so if you've got them in the side, just be aware that these players, but I've highlighted in yellow, in green, if they pick up a yellow, they'll be suspended for match day 6. All of these will potentially be suspended for match day 6 if they get a yellow. Osimhen should obviously be in red now. He's out. He's not in the squad for Galatasaray. But some good players listed here. Real Madrid have got quite a lot of defenders injured. Not even travelling with the squad, so Courtois not travelled, he's ill. So Real Madrid clean sheet doesn't look as obvious as it did a couple of days ago. Best players for the Tuesday's fixtures. These players, Napoli, Man City, Galatasaray, Dortmund, Juventus, they've got the best chances of keeping a clean sheet and getting goals. Wednesday's Liverpool got the best chance of getting goals. I know they haven't been scoring loads of goals, but at home against PSV could be the game where Liverpool get 2 or 3 goals. So Copenhagen, PSG, Real Madrid, Monaco, Sporting. Them are the teams that I'd be looking at if you're on a Limitless. These are the best fixtures from now till Matchday 8. So maybe getting players from the teams at the top. I'm not too sure about getting players from PYAiuT. I think the ticker that I've got, I'm not too sure on. These being so easy fixtures for PYAiuT, they've not been exactly winning matches, have they? So maybe Napoli players, Juventus players, waiting for match day 6 and then getting some Bayern Munich players, Barcelona players, Arsenal players. Okay, so you're all telling me to get Ryan's, get Emery Can. Okay, I will listen to you guys and probably go for Emery Can then. That's interesting. I didn't think people would say Emery Can. Oh, it's changing. We've got 2 more minutes and I'll end that poll and lock in my side, then finish up. So I don't have a defender. Is it a must have? No, it isn't a must have. Dortmund. The only reason I went with a Dortmund, I know you're on a Limitless, Sam, is I wanted to get. Let me get onto my side. I wanted to get more players on the Tuesday, so then I use my bench on the Wednesday. So if Gvardiol, Reinson, Foden don't do that well, for example, I've got the 3 players on the bench that can come in for them. And I felt if I picked somebody like, who was in my side before, Carreras at Real Madrid, he'd be on the second day. So I'd have an extra player, not too sure which one to pick, and then I'd be probably sitting him on my bench anyway because I want to play Van Dijk, Mendes ahead of him, Vinicius Junior, Kvaratskhelia ahead of him. So that's why I've gone with a player on the Tuesday, because if he doesn't do well, sit him on my bench. If he gets a clean sheet, I keep him. Because I don't think the clean sheet will happen for Napoli, City, and Dortmund. I'm not too sure if Foden starts. If he doesn't start, I bench him. I'm not too sure if McTominay actually gets a goal or an assist. If he doesn't, bench him. Guirassy the same. I think Haaland scores, but you get what I mean. If 3 of these players don't do well, sit them on my bench. And the worry that I had with having Carreras and with all the players injured for Real Madrid was, once I've bought him, do I play him? Because I'm not too sure on the clean sheet. And who do you buy? Who do you buy instead of them? So let's quickly go over to this. Just because you're on the Limitless. So the clean sheet, you go for a City player, all bit of a rotation risk, as we've said. You could go for someone like Sanchez at Galatasaray. That could be a good option. I think Dortmund at home with that home crowd, I think they could keep a clean sheet. And that's 0.2 out of them 2 keeping a clean sheet. I think I'd back Dortmund a little bit more. And then on the Wednesday, if you don't go for, you could go for Konate and double up on Liverpool's defence, but then you won't be able to get Alisson. You could go for another PSG defender. You could go for Pacho. I did look at that, but home against Tottenham. Tottenham scored against Arsenal, so could they score? As I said, with Real Madrid, all the defenders out, Courtois out, I'm not too sure, backing them. You could go for somebody like Quenda at Sporting, right back, but he's plays as a right midfielder, so he could get an attacking return. So don't fancy them. I have Kalulu and Sanchez. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that. I don't mind Sanchez or Kalula. Okay, so you've told me to get Emery Can. So I'm going to lock in my side and then I'm going to come back and finish answering questions if you've got any. So I'm going to go with Sane and I'm going to go with Can just because you guys advised me to, and I don't like to. Sometimes when it's a 50-50 and I've not made my decision over a week, obviously I'm not coming to a final decision, am I? And I would have not been sure who to buy. So you guys have told me Emre Can, I'm going to go with Emre Can. You guys have told me Sane, I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to confirm the transfers, make sure everything's locked in. See, I'm glad I did it because I had Mbappe as captain when he plays tomorrow. Just early doors. Go and have a look at your side. Obviously, you probably are looking at your side, but have a look who's playing. Make sure everybody that's playing tonight, 25th on them, is starting. Anybody with 26, you can set them on your bench. And make sure you got your captain decided. So that is my side. I'm going to start one last poll. I think I know what you'll say. But I'm going to ask it anyway. Do we captain Haaland? Or do we captain Gurasi? FPL hippie, you put me on a I don't know. I do not know who the captain is. I mean, the penalty taker for Copenhagen. I would imagine it's Larson, but you've completely bamboozled me. Are you looking to get a Copenhagen player? Let's have a look. Penalties this year. Larson's took 2. Muko's took 3. Matsson's took 4. So with that, it's a bit of a toss-up. It's a bit of a toss-up. Yeah. He took the last one. Oh no, Larson took the last one. Wilco took the one just before him. Larson took the one just before that. But just before all them, Maatsen took 4 in a row. Haaland or Pavlidis captain? Haaland. Unless you've got a really good captain on the Wednesday that you're confident with. But I'd like to get my captain points on the board. Gilberg. I like to have my captain points on the board, and then make a decision the next day. Because if you get it wrong on the first day and then you have to make a captain change and it doesn't work out on the second one, captain points are really good, because you're doubling your points anything you get. So you need to make sure them captain points are locked in. So you go with the player, for me, that's most likely to score, and Haaland's just walking on a pitch and you expect him to score every game basically at the moment, isn't it? So that isn't my side no more. I'll go back over to my side. There's my side for anybody that's come on late. I've gone with Can and Sane, changed it. I do like Bellingham. But if I was buying Bellingham, it would be instead of Sane. Salah, Kvaratskhelia, Bellingham, McTominay, Saka in midfield. Getting second thought about Saka against Bayern. If you got second thoughts, then you could. Don't be swayed by just because my squad's a little bit different. Saka's a really good option on his days. We've got Gyökeres potentially out. He could be on. He will be on penalties if Gyökeres isn't starting. He's doing really well. Saka, fantasy wise, he keeps getting DEFCON points, so he could get ball recovery points. Saka, which is crazy for a midfielder to be looking at a player like that and thinking of ball recoveries. But who's your other option that you was going to get if you don't get Saka? Sometimes making a change so late on, close to deadline, is not always the best option. So I've gone with that. So I've gone with Can, Sane, and Garassi. So I'll still have. This will change now. Vinicius Junior will be going in instead of Salah. So I'd have Salah, Kvaratskhelia, and Mendes on the bench because they play on the second day. And I'll have Can instead of Ryanson. This is what I'd potentially pick if I was using a wild card. If you got the Limitless chip in Matchday 7, then this looks really good. Really, really good. Captain, Haaland, Garassi for me. McTominay in third. And then tomorrow, I'll see what happens with Liverpool. If we get a real concrete news that Salah will be starting, I might go with Salah. And then the news is no Osimhen. I really wanted Osimhen in my side, and then I did a Limitless squad, and somebody told me he probably won't play, and then I had to make other plans. This is my side currently, and this is why I'm using the Limitless chip. These players could do well. There's a lot of good players in there that, consistency-wise, could do well. But I felt like it was the good time to be a bit different. .5 minutes until deadline. Probably about 2 minutes now you're watching this because it's so delayed. So get in the comments and let me know if you got any decisions before deadline. I'll try and help you out. Quickly back over to my teams just so you can see it again. I think I've put Salah on the bench and Van Dijk and Becker just because they're the players that I'm least confident about. I'm pretty certain Nuno Mendes will be coming in for somebody. He'll be the first player that I bring in, then potentially Salah. Even though Gilberg, I'm happy that you're a Chelsea fan because I am as well, and thank you for subbing to the channel. Yeah, that's why I've not got Yamal in my side. I can't get Yamal in my side on a Limitless playing Chelsea, even though he's potentially a good player. to have. So this is the side. Minutes left. Make sure you lock into your side. If you've got any conundrums before deadline, let me know and I will help you out. I keep having second thoughts about this Sani one, but I've done a poll. You guys have said get Sani. I'm going to trust you all. 100% have said Captain Haaland, so we're going with Haaland. So I don't think there's going to be any changes. The delay on these videos, live streams, is very long, and it says on mine it's a minute and a half till deadline. I wouldn't be surprised if deadline is like seconds away, so you're probably watching this and the deadline's passed. I do plan to try and do another live stream tomorrow, just for 10-15 minutes, show you what my side potentially will be, and then what changes I'm going to make. I won't be making any subs until the live stream. I'm going to sleep on my thoughts, even if two players don't start and get 0 points. I won't make any subs until I wake up the next morning, see what the lineups are like. Even if they get 1 point, I probably won't make any subs, because what I've done in the past, I've made subs like the next day because they've got 1 point, and then I brought players in and they've got 0 points because they haven't played. So I'm just going to wait till deadline, make a smart decision, have a look at lineups, see if these players are definitely going to play, what these journalists that support these clubs, what the big reputable journalists are saying about the predicted lineups, and then go from there. Right. Deadline is in 15 seconds, so I'm definitely certain that you guys cannot see my team is here, but it'll be too late anyway. But that is my side for the Limitless. And I've just reloaded it up just to see what actually happens. I'll let that load up on another screen. Let's go back over to Captain. Thank you everybody that's actually liked, commented, got involved in this, asking me questions. I'm not going to sit here and say I've got all the answers, but I try and help you out, and I do like these videos, even though I'm not the greatest at them just yet. Still trying to figure out how to do all this properly. Still early days. I think this is my third live stream. I'm going to do a quick poll on captaincy tomorrow. If you had Salah as well, pretend that you had Salah in your side, what would you do in my side? Would you captain Salah? I hope I've spelled Kvaratskhelia correct there. I've quickly done it without double checking. So apologies if I've spelled it wrong. So back over to my team. It says 0 points. I just wanted to go over this, what I seen a couple of days ago. quickly before we do actually finish this, the mini league code is PYAiuT on 21st. So if any of these are you, well done. I've got a mini league. How many people are in it? Let me load it up. 108 people are in it. I'm currently 21st. I wanted to show you something, but I don't know where it is no more. There's something that I've seen where you could compare yourself to others. I don't know where it is. I'll get it up. I'll get it up on next match day, on next stream tomorrow. Can't find it. So there's my team. Hopefully, Sani does something. If he doesn't do anything, it's not the end of the world. The players on the Tuesday are kind of burner players. If they don't do well, bring them out. Put them players on my bench into the starting 11. Hopefully, no more than 3 players do crap, and then I don't have to worry about it, and I just bring out the 3 players that haven't done well, and I bring the other players in. Anyway, we're going to end it there, and I will see you back tomorrow. Good luck the rest of the match day. Hopefully I'm in a good mood because Chelsea beat Barcelona tomorrow. If I'm in a bad mood tomorrow and Chelsea have lost, you know why. Thank you everybody that subscribed to my channel. Quickly before I do finish, there's the code for my mini league. It should be in the link in the description, but if it isn't, mini league code PYA in capitals IU capital T. Get the mini league, try and win it. I am thinking of trying to get a prize, so yeah. But I do feel like having a captaincy put on Salah. But we will see how I feel tomorrow. Maybe Haaland gets 3 goals tonight and I don't even think about changing the captain. But anyway, signing off. I will see you tomorrow and good luck in Matchday 5.